Guys, I thought I'd make a video on the body kit and everything on my Z, my drift build or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so my buddy gave me these Fender Flares for free. They're, like I was showed in my last video, they're hand-laid fiberglass. I don't know where they're made, or he doesn't know anything about them, but they're really thin. One's cracked. They've never even been installed before. Oh, my music's bumping in there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw an extra layer of fiberglass in here to reinforce all four of these. Go ahead and show you guys a little video on it. Show you guys what I do for a living in here in a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get a station set up for this and show you guys what my plan is for it. Got some fiberglass cloth. You can buy like a fiberglass kit similar to this at like O'Reilly's and Napa and stuff. They come with some fiberglass, and then this is some resin. I buy it by 5 gallons. It's 140 bucks for 5 gallons. But yeah, I basically just build boats like this out of wood, and then I lay fiberglass over the top of it, and then I paint them with gel coat once they're finished. This one's obviously only about halfway done. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mix a batch up of resin. I'll show you guys what that looks like, and then we use catalyst to kick it off, which comes in the kit. But yeah, basically all I did was got this cloth here and cut it into strips, and then cut the strips into pieces, made them fit roughly. You could do a better fitment. You can use a Sharpie and outline all the fiberglass and get it all good, but I have grinders and all kinds of heavy duty stuff to chop it off. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mix a batch now and show you guys how to do this. I'm almost out of resin here. This is all the resin I have left, and this is catalyst. This is the stuff that kicks off the resin here. This stuff might seem intimidating at first, but once we're done here, you guys are gonna be like, man, I'm about to have a fiberglass car after. But anyways, yeah, for this much resin, I'm not too sure how much it is. I normally just eyeball it because we use these buckets all the time. But for this right here, I'm in Bellingham, Washington, so it's rainy and cold out. I'm probably gonna use 2 caps of this, which is probably overkill. It probably only needs about 1 or half, but I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 caps. It's not gonna hurt anything. It's gonna kick it off a little harder, and these are just some freebie flares anyways. This is just a quick fix. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put some caps in there, get these all wet, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like afterwards. Just yeah, put 2 caps in there, figure 8 it, and get it out, get all your wood out. You're gonna need a roller and a paintbrush. You might not need a roller. I mean, you can use the paintbrush to wet out the cloth, but rollers make it go quicker. So you mix the batch, grab your cloth individually like this, roll it out, get it all wet with this stuff here, and your brush or your roller, whatever you choose, and then get this surface wet. Make sure your fiberglass has been hand sanded. Mine's already been hand sanded, you see. Get the surface all prepped. A little, like, I'm not too sure which sandpaper. Any sandpaper will really work. You just want to make sure there's no like waxes or anything in your resin. Most of them don't, so just go ahead and give them a quick rinse, and then yeah, go ahead and soak them with this stuff and put it anywhere you need and let it sit for a bit. But yeah, you'll see in a second. The price is about 10 times. Smoke the ganja Northwest. I got everything all laid in, so yeah, you just want to get the cloth all rolled out on something separate, get them all cut out and get them in pieces, you know, lay individual strips, get one piece wet, get the surfaces damp first, lay the piece of cloth on, get the paintbrush and dab it in. Make sure there's no air bubbles. See that you'll be able to see them. It's pretty common sense. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and let those kick overnight, and then we'll come back and trim the glass off the edge and throw a coat of paint on them. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take all this stuff off and head inside. The fiberglass and everything was kicked. I don't know if I mentioned it in that last little bit I recorded there or not, but you should put a heater on them. I have these little $60 what do you call it, heaters got them from Costco. I have 2 of them that I use to kick my fiberglass. You don't really need 2. We just thought we lost one, so we bought a new one, and then we found another one. But anyways, I just put one of those heaters on here overnight, and they kicked pretty good. There's little tiny bubbles in there, but overall they're way more stout. Before I could shake it like this and they'd flex, but yeah, most little cheap $120, you know, $200 Fender Flares are gonna be some hand-laid fiberglass like this. I would say if you get them off eBay or Amazon, most of them are even going to be fiberglass. Even the big dog ones are actually fiberglass, unfinished fiberglass on the inside. So if you guys have some cheap flares you guys are wishing you didn't waste your money on, go ahead and throw a layer of fiberglass underneath. The stuff I threw under here is a lot thicker than the stuff you'd find at like O'Reilly's and stuff. This is more the stuff you'd find at O'Reilly's. It's kind of thin. This is called 1.5 ounces, and this stuff here, it's called combination. It's like woven together. It's got threads and stuff in it. That's what's on here. I got that at a fiberglass shop for $4 a foot, but it comes in 38 inches wide, 1 feet high is $4. So I just buy them by the rolls. Had a little bit left over. Probably need like 1, 2, 3. I'd say 3 feet by 38 inches will do 4 of these Fender Flares. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take an angle grinder and some sanding pads and clean these up, and then go in and talk to you guys more about my body kit. Go ahead and hit everything with the angle grinder and trimmed all the edges off and kind of went over it a little bit to bring out any real slivers. So I have this 120 grit with a DA, they're for DA sanders or whatever you want to call them. I had a few extra of those laying around, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over all the outside, all the black, take off whatever little residue went over, take care of that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sand it down, and then we'll walk over there. I went and took a shower, and then went and got my hair cut, and so now I'm here. I already had everything sanded down here. I had a DA sander actually, and I took care of most of the big surface with the DA sander, and then after I did that, I went by with hand and finished off all the areas the DA couldn't get. And then I had a little bit of acetone. It's not necessary, but I got a little bit of acetone and wiped it all down just in case there was any other residue. Oh yeah, I'll show you guys the bottom side. But yeah, these are going to be my front flares. My plan is to run them kind of about right there. And then with these wheels here, these are 15 by 10 minus 38s. I'm going to run those. I'm going to have to cut my fender all the way up to about there. You'll see here my fender hits. I mean, obviously my wheel hits. These are 15 by 10 minus 38 with a 225/50 on there. So yeah, I'm gonna put these on here about right there, and then trim from about right here to right there. I don't know, whatever needs to be cleared. So that's the plan for these. And then this front splitter here, I had a piece of you can see, let me get the lay, piece of what is it called, diamond plate, like from a truck toolbox. It was like a lid. So I traced out the bumper kind of like this, like as if this aluminum right here was a sheet of cardboard, and I got my Samsung S7 Edge, and I used that with a Sharpie, and I went like that with my Sharpie and my phone for an outline on the piece of cardboard. And I cut the cardboard out with a razor, and then made sure everything was all straight, and then traced it out on this sheet of aluminum, then cut it with an angle grinder, and then drilled holes in it. And then I'm going to get 2 little braces going up into there for a front splitter. And then I don't know if I talked about the engine bay or not, but I just sanded it all down and painted it. It was like yellow and black before. Then the side skirts, I had to trim them a lot for these flares to fit. These are the D-brinkworth flares I was talking about. Ordered them from up in Canada. Pretty sweet. I'm really satisfied with them. I threw an extra layer of fiberglass underneath just to beef them up. Didn't need it. They're well designed and well built, but I just wanted to make them extra beefy. And then this body kit used to come all the way up to here, so I had to trim that. That took me a while. I still need to trim this. I'm going to make this gap right here all even all the way through to there, so that looks a little better. And the ducktail came with the car. Really like that. I might cut it right here and then try bonding it to the body, bringing the wing out a little further. Yeah, and then cleaned up all the Bondo. Somebody before me tried Bondoing the whole body kit to the chassis. It looked pretty bad. Yeah, those are some 15 by 10 minus 51s with a 225/50. 225/50. I'm probably gonna have to trim like this much of the bumper here, but luckily it's got these mounts for the bumper to mount, so I can trim all the way up to there, which is no problem at all. So yeah, I got all 4 of those. I got the louvers here from my other car. I'm probably gonna have to weld some tabs. I think I'm gonna weld some tabs to the top of the hatch there, like a little bracket that comes up and over, so I could rivet those louvers to it. Same with down here. Throw a little brace around it, then just rivet it on. And then I saved my wheel well. I don't know if you could see, it's pretty dark in here, but the wheel well Splashguard thing for the fenders. Hopefully I can keep them. Probably not with that much wheel lock, but we'll see. That's the plan there. Still no further on the swap yet, but my brother said he's down to help me get it all in. I can't do it by myself. I mean, I probably could, but it would take me a long time and be really dangerous. I'd rather just wait for my brother to come by. Oh yeah, I picked up a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of tools from my other place. This was my grandpa's toolbox. I just brought that here. A bunch of pliers and tools and stuff that still need to be put into it. But yeah, that's what the body kit is so far. I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Just a quick video on what my plans were with style. I plan on going with a midnight purple with gold flake through the whole thing. The fender flares are gonna be the same color as the body, and I want big gold flake in it, like a dark purple. And then for my dash, actually I forgot to talk about my dash. For my dash, I'm just gonna order some carbon fiber, and I'm gonna do one layer of I'm just gonna do a sheet of wood going flat all the way across, and then a little angle down, like just 3 dimensions, just flat out, kind of down a little bit and then straight down. But I'm gonna make the dash a little more tucked than factory. I'm gonna use this for an outline of this is the factory dashboard vent thingamabobber, so I'm gonna use this for an outline of the dash out of wood. I'm gonna build it out of really thin wood, and then throw some fiberglass on it, and then throw a layer of carbon fiber on it just for like a textured look. I guess it's only like 80 bucks for 8 feet of it, and that'll be plenty for what I'm trying to do here. So yeah, that's probably gonna wrap it up. Oh, I also need one more wheel. This wheel on the other side was wrecked when the other chassis was rear-ended, so I gotta do that there. So yeah, I'll update you guys once I get the transmission and the wiring in, I guess. So I'll see you guys soon.